Alright, now I know I don't normally talk about this stuff, but I had to talk about this because this is the most ridiculous shit I've ever seen in my entire life. So I did say this YouTube channel would be anything, so I'm basically just gonna post what I want to post. And today, on Instagram, I got recommended videos from this Instagram page called theoryuniverse__. Now, they have the most ridiculous shit on their page I've ever seen in my entire life. And as somebody who loves history, I cannot let this slide. So, I'm going to take a look at their page. Now, on most of their pages, most of their posts I should say, they advertise this book, which is called Know Only the Truth. And I was going to get this book to see what's in it, but this book is $50 fucking dollars, and I'm not shilling out $50 for conspiracy theorist ramblings. So, you can really tell what this book is about by looking at what is all in the book. First of all, the first thing that stuck out was in all capital letters, the plandemic and our mental power, and sickness is an illusion. What the fuck is he even talking about? This is complete bullshit. The plandemic, really? In 2024, we're gonna talk about the plandemic, and sickness is an illusion. The Simpsons as a direct channel to the future. The Simpsons does not predict the future. The ancestors of mankind, UFOs everywhere. There are not UFOs everywhere. The science of alien spacecraft and an inexhaustible source of energy, the aliens. There is no UFOs on the planet Earth. The next thing they talk about is lmaoo, the interstellar visitor. Now this is true, lmaoo did pass through the solar system. For reference, this is what lmaoo was. It was a piece of a comet that is supposedly came from another solar system. Not another solar system, but from another star system. Somewhere, in the galaxy, of course. Now, it's not an alien spacecraft, as I can only imagine they're going to say it is. It is a piece of comet from another star system. Not a spaceship. Let's look at the benefits of this book. Benefit number 1. You will completely change the way you perceive the world and your life. Benefit 2. You will wake up from your fictitious reality and know what they've been hiding for years. Benefit 3. You will have the tools to not believe everything they tell you. Benefit 4. You will be able to learn and acquire knowledge so you are not so easily deceived. This book is deceiving you. Actively. It is quite literally, for $45 at a 10% discount, a scam. What the fuck? There is nothing in here that is scientific in any sense, I can guarantee you. I don't have to read it to figure out. So now let's go on to their Instagram page, which has the most ridiculous shit I have ever seen in my entire life. So I'm going to look at some of the worst ones on this page, and then we're going to go through them. So this is the first video I want to talk about, and this I have no idea what they're even trying to demonstrate here. This is just a picture of the Statue of Liberty with an older picture of the Statue of Liberty. This is Clifton Rocks Railway, which is an underground funicular located in Bristol, England. This has nothing to do with any conspiracy theory. I don't even know what this picture is, couldn't find a reference for it. This is an art piece from Al-Ula in Saudi Arabia. Nothing to do with conspiracies. This is a video of a robot, which is basically just an animatronic. And I guess it's a video trying to convince you that Joe Biden is a robot of some sort? He is not a robot. He is just old and a barely operable human being. Nothing to do with a robot. This is just a really old tree. Trees can be very large and very old. Look at the Hyperion trees of Northern California. This is a caption that says, this man landed on the moon without any equipment. And then he shills his book yet again. Just because these mountains look similar does not mean they are the same mountain. And no, he is not on the moon. There are not clouds on the fucking moon, because the moon does not have an atmosphere that supports clouds. He is on the Earth. Just because two mountains look similar does not mean they are the same mountain. This one is just straight up flat Earth propaganda. The Earth is curved. This map is flat. of course there's going to be distortion. The reason that the bottom line is the correct one and a shorter distance is because on a flat map like this, the North Pole is, well, the northern hemisphere of the Earth is considerably larger and out of scale compared to the equator of the Earth. If you look at an actual globe and you plot this exact line, New York-Moscow distance on the bottom will be the correct one. This is a video claiming that NASA has the last living megalodon. This is not true. This is the only fact in the video that is true, is that NASA used to do underwater research. There was no enclosure off the coast of Maryland called Zone F. No, they did not. I couldn't find any information about a sailor named George Meyer. I couldn't find. If there was a cage large enough to be seen from underneath the water and from that shallow of a distance, then people would have found it by now and posted it all over the internet. Nobody has ever found this except this lying man, who I don't even know exists. This never happened. And then the video just cuts off randomly. I have no idea what that was about. Here's Zick's next post, which is talking about a mystery tree. This is from the Washington Monument Mythos. This is an ARG. This is not real. This was quite literally work that was stolen from this guy. He makes ARGs, the Monument Mythos. This is his channel if you want to check him out. This video is insinuating that the only reason Stephen Hawking is disabled is because he didn't believe in God, and the only reason that the Titanic sunk was because he said God wouldn't sink it. This is so disrespectful, I don't even know where to begin, and then they show their conspiracy book at the end of the video, like they always do. This is a diagram of Zunisha from One Piece, a 35-kilometer tall elephant. Not real. This is a fake video about so-called Tartarian giants. And no, you don't have any sources or connections. Stop lying. We all know this is fake. These are not real photos. This is not possible for any anatomy ever seen. Tartarian giants are not real, and they come from a conspiracy theory about an empire called Tartaria, which is a supposedly prehistoric world-spanning civilization with advanced technology. Not real.
You see a lot of old world photos. You see the sky is all whited out.
The sky is whited out because it's a black and white photo.
Whiting out is to get rid of the blimps because
It's not to get rid of the blimps. This is what black and white photos look like.
they needed to tell a news story. Oh, we didn't have that technology.
No one's trying to hide the fact that blimps existed.
With the whole Hindenburg situation, you know, that was the only incident. This is where it gets wild. That was the only incident in which the blimp went pop like that.
That's because the Hindenburg used hydrogen and not helium. That's the only reason this explosion happened.
But all the other blimps prior to the Hindenburg flew around the Earth 1 million miles.
That has nothing to do with anything.
This is why the Hindenburg incident occurred. It was competing up against the airline industry.
It really wasn't, if you really think about it. Blimps are a lot larger and hold a lot less people than airplanes.
You could go on a bar, you could go to the library, you could even like play tennis on a blimp. It was pretty crazy. But they competed against the airline industry, so they had to get rid of that.
No one was trying to get rid of blimps because they competed against the airline industry. They got rid of them because they were considered dangerous after this incident.
They had to get rid of all that technology, so they said they had the Hindenburg incident, and then they got rid of it. They say, I believe, it was 30 people who passed away from that incident, but more people get hit by cars, and we still have cars.
That's because there's a shit ton more cars than there are blimps, aren't there?
So you sit there and go, okay. But blimps are wild. You go down that whole rabbit hole, Zeppelins, blimps, all the atmospheric balls and energy that used to be attached to these blimps.
There are no atmospheric balls and atmospheric energy attached to blimps. What are you talking about?
They understood. That's who was flying around. When you look at these old world maps from the 1600s, 1700s, and all the timelines before carbon dating and all of that,
There are no timelines before carbon dating.
you see that they had blimps. That's how they saw everything. They were flying around. I have an
They didn't have blimps in the 1600s and 1700s. Blimps were invented in 1852.
old picture from like 1871. It's in Russia, and you see all the blimps flying up.
Congratulations, blimps existed in 1871. They were invented in 1852. And also, blimps do not expose Tartaria. That has nothing to do with it. Well, that's all for this video. I just wanted to go through this guy's channel and expose a couple of the bullshit lies he's saying. So, yeah, that's it. See ya.